Welcome back to Stargirl. I I'm so upset because this kid snuck out of nowhere. I knew Titans was coming out on the 12th, but I don't remember seeing any promotional material, or at least I didn't remember the date that they said it was coming out. But I didn't realize it was coming out the 10th. So I watched Suicide Squad on Monday, and then I saw a tweet on Tuesday saying like, "See you in a couple hours for Stargirl." I was like, oh. I was so caught off guard by that. But yeah, it's Friday now. Uh, yeah, like I said, I didn't really plan to watch Stargirl, so I didn't have time for it. Um, and same with Titans. Actually, I'm booking myself a little bit late, but I'll keep my promise. I'm gonna watch these damn shows on time. Um, on time. As soon as I can. So no promises on when these go up, but I am going to be watching them, trying to catch up really quickly so that I can get week to week, try and get a schedule going. But for now, these first couple episodes, obviously, when you see them, you'll know they're out. Um, what else was I gonna say? Oh, um, just yeah. So just kind of going on with that. Um, it's been about what 3 days now since this episode premiered. I know nothing. I'm very surprised by that. I follow a couple people on comics Twitter. They usually spoil the actual comics more than anything else, which I'm very surprised about. But I have not seen anything about this show nor Titans. I've seen reviews slash first impressions of Titans. Nothing about Stargirl, to be honest. Like I know nothing about what's going on here. So I'm very thankful for that. But it also just goes back to reinforce my point of they're not at the hype level that Marvel is, which is part of why I'm not watching the Marvel shows. With Marvel, like I said before, if you don't watch it in that first half hour it launches, goodbye. You're getting spoiled by something. So, at least with the DC stuff, it's not as popular, which is a negative. But at the same time, I'm not getting spoilers because people aren't watching it as much. So, that's that's just my. I was muted there. I was gonna say part of the reasons why I haven't been able to keep up with these shows in general and just this week is because my work schedule is always messed up. And I don't know if you could hear that just now, but I did just get a phone call because again, call me in. So at least I'll be able to watch these shows today. Um, okay, let me set an alarm before I forget because I'm gonna work tonight. Um, okay, so last we left off with Stargirl. It wrapped up pretty nicely, actually. There's so much to talk about Stargirl, actually. Okay, first off, most of the JSA is dead or defeated. I think Gambler is alive, which I doubt we're gonna see him this year. No, any sort of major focus on him because he was very much a minor supporting villain in that season. Um, who is it? Tigress. I think she's Tigress, and Sportsmaster were confirmed jailed in one of the trailers. I want to say, um, but everyone else, I think Grundy got released because he was being mind controlled, and I'm pretty sure everyone else we don't care about or they're dead. Whatever. Um, I know Shade is gonna be part of the season. From the trailer, I think he's going to be an antagonist, but again, he in the comics recently he's sort of a neutral party, so I'm wondering if they're going to lean into that or if they're going to go more classic in that he's a villain. Because 20 years ago when the Justice League animated series came out, he was a villain. Um, no question about it. Who else? We got Eclipso. Oh, Shiv, freaking what's her name? Cindy. Um, she's around. She got Eclipso's gem. And again, I will point out, I did a little bit of research. Eclipso, one of the incarnations, the host body, whatever, um, one of them was Yolanda, aka Wildcat's brother. And she has a brother in the show. I'm just saying. I'm just calling it now. If it happens, I called it last season. Okay, go back to the finale last season. I looked it up. Um, we know we're gonna get Jade, who is Alan Scott's daughter. I'm so I'm reading again. A lot of not a lot. A little bit of the JSA stuff is getting thrown into the comics recently because, again, if you're not reading the comics right now, the multiverse just got reset. Now everything is canon basically. So they're like bringing in all these obscure references and shit. People that have been dead are now back in the current timeline. So that includes the JSA. Specifically, they're focusing a lot on Alan Scott and his family. So there's what's his name? Obsidian and Jade. Excuse me. Yeah, Obsidian and Jade. So we're getting her for sure. Are we getting Obsidian? Especially because Shade is here. Similar power set. I mean, is there something going on with that? Is there anything else? Starman showed up, right? Starman showed up at the end of the finale also. Not sure what they're going to do with that. You know, if it's the original him, what's he doing? He's looking for Pat, right? Pat's his name, right? Oh my god. We're going to struggle through this thing, okay? So he's looking for that. You know, if he's real, then I can see him being like an episode or two just to be like tying up a loose end, kind of Easter eggy thing. Like, you know, using Joel McHale as an actual actor instead of just a cameo in the first episode kind of thing. There's a part of me that questions if he's like under mind control, he's some sort of clone, he's some sort of fake, you know, he's some sort of bad guy controlled. You know, but I think we have too many antagonists this season already. Not too many, but you know, we have Eclipso, we have Shade, Shivs around, so there's enough problems to deal with without adding Starman also as a villain for whatever reason. Anyways, like I said, I don't really know where the season's gonna go. The trailer, from what we saw, I really like the direction they're setting up, where Courtney is like, I want to be a hero still. We got shit to do. Time to fight some crime. And then everyone else is like, the JSA is, or the Injustice Society is dead. Why are, you know, let's just do our school shit and get it over. You know, like, we got to move on with our lives. So I like that sort of premise of Courtney is dedicated, and maybe to a fault. So I think it's always a fun little thing to be doing. This first episode is called Summer School Chapter 1, which is a weird titling sequence. It reminds me of Black Lightning's way they titled their episodes. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a trend for this season, or like, is this like a two-parter kind of thing, and that's just how they're labeling it, Chapter 1, Chapter 2. How is that going to work here? So, like I said, I'm going to stop talking because I really don't have much to add. There's also Icicle Jr. I forgot about him. No.
Hi. I'm Bruce. I just moved in. What's your name? Rebecca. Do you want to go to the party, Rebecca?
This creepy little child. Get him out of here. No, girl. Who is this creepy ass child? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Mm-mm. The vibes are off. The vibes are off. No. Oh, God.
Susie has so many presents.
Whose child is this? Because they are too creepy for this. I need the CPA to come get this child in real life, because he's doing this job too well. I don't know what's happening, but I hate it. I know this is probably Eclipso, but like, not Annabelle. Oh my. She just dead? I thought she was kidnapped. McKnider. McKnider. Who the fuck is McKnider? Midnighter. Dr. Midnighter, right? Dr. Midnight. What? Yes, Charles McKnider, right? Yeah.
Maybe we can cut patrol back from 7 nights a week to 6.
Girl, 7 nights a week? You were...
Bye.
Later. Well, it's not that simple, Court. Being a superhero doesn't mean that the rest of your life takes a back seat. It's about finding a balance.
Nah, dude. I was gonna say, I don't know if, you know, she's obviously smart, but like, I don't know if she knows how to fucking make an AI. There it is. Just let it go, dude. Oh, I'm not really looking forward to this if this is what they're doing.
Do you want to talk today, my child?
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Calm down. Okay, so is she just having PTSD, or is there like actually a lingering remnant of brainwave or something?
Cameron's back.
Is it? Not Cameron. Oh, cool.
What do I say to him? You say nothing, Court. I want to see if he's okay.
Where did you get the answers?
I
He
studied.
studied,
It's
yeah.
justice from last year. It has different questions. So we'll see exactly how much studying you did. You're going to take it right now.
Wow. Wow. Trash.
All morning doing research.
Trash. You don't have cameras in there? What is going on?
I figured.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, right. Right. What's his face?
It is.
All these fucking,
Scares the hell out of
all the
me.
kids. Courtney. Oh.
What the hell are you doing?
Courtney.
What the hell are you doing?
I was giving Jerome back his stick, you blonde pinhead.
It was a misunderstanding.
Okay, well, what
You-
kind of misunderstanding?
You flipped her on her
She
ass.
was... But the staff is still lighting
Yeah,
up.
it still lights up, but that doesn't mean that there's a bad guy around every corner.
Right.
Yeah, but there's somewhere.
And why are you so convinced that it's up to you to stop them?
Because like the staff, I won't ever quit. Not like you did. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're putting
Stargirl.
Pat's the best.
Summers.
And I'm not really mad at Courtney because she is a teenager. It's okay, you know, whatever. Maybe that's why it's lighting up. It's lighting up because Joel is back.
I'm looking for your ex-husband.
Ah!
Which one?
The one who likes stripes.
What? Pat was married? You messy girl. Stop trying to create drama. You really grew up last season. From, you know, the actor. Like, it's been a year. Some of these characters, actors.
Any summer plans?
Oh my god! You know, there's obviously some sort of plot thread there. I just don't know what he wants. Look, I appreciate what you're doing, but you can't rekindle your parents' marriage. They obviously don't even care about you. DeVoe, the thinker, again? He's everywhere. Courtney! Okay, but don't fucking destroy your house. This is a good fight scene. Ooh, love it, but also Courtney. This is the first person this thing is lit up for. Obviously, that means something. Ooh, Courtney, your whole goddamn house. Is this Cindy? Ma'am, school is wholly over. Why are you here? Injustice? What does that mean? Oh, they had plans. They had plans to bring the kids in. And who's that now? No! Mike? Bruh. They're back. So, okay. Stargirl is back in full form. Didn't even miss a beat. Didn't even fucking miss a beat. It's just right back at it. I love it. God, that the beginning scene with like the flashback and oh my god. Okay, there's so much shit they're setting up for the season. I love it. I love it all, except for one part. There's one. We'll get to it. Um, so the Eclipso scene at the beginning, that was straight up. I don't know who decided DC should lead into horror, but I always love when they do it. Whenever they do it, from fucking James Wan to David Sandberg to the Swamp Thing miniseries to now this little thing here. Every time they do horror, it's great. I just love it. But it sets up implications again, like I said at the beginning. So it is Dr. Midnight. That's his daughter, I guess, got killed by Eclipso. So I wonder how that's going to play into this season, or if it's just setting up like, hey, Eclipso's a bad dude. Because if it does like have more ramifications, we also have the storyline with Beth right now where she's trying to get the goggles back online. So if she can get those working, you know, the thing is, we don't know anything about Eclipso yet. You know, Courtney's looking through these files, but she hasn't found one on him yet. She's found like a bunch of Easter eggy kind of, you know, hey, here's a character, here's a character, here's a character, but they haven't really found him yet. So nobody knows except for Cindy that Eclipso's a thing. But yeah, once you know, I'm assuming the glasses will get fixed, the goggles. And I'm just curious if they're going to play into that, like, you know, we're going to learn a little bit more about what happened in that incident there. Is there some sort of personal stake there, or was it just like to show the stakes, I guess? Courtney just being obsessed with the JSA and, you know, trying to find evil and stuff. Like I said, I really like that plot thread. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out this season. And I can't really fault her for it. You know, she is a teenager. It took me a couple episodes last season, like the first couple episodes last season, to like really get into the character of Courtney, because I was just so annoyed with her all the time because she's just doing dumb stuff. But once I got over the fact that like she's literally what, 15, 16. So like I gotta take myself out and just be like, okay, a teenager would do this shit. They would just be like obsessed with superheroing. You know, so stubborn and hard-headed and not really focusing on the bigger picture. So I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm just curious to see how that all plays out this season. Yolanda, just her actress. Let me see if I can look it up, because she deserves a shout out. Miss Thang. Yvette Montreal, that's right. She's honestly probably, I mean, they're all great. The main four teenagers cast, you know, she's obviously not a teenager. She's I know, you know, Courtney and Rick, those two are actually like 19 now. But the other two, Beth and Yolanda, their actresses are both like 25. So like, I can't say they're teenagers. But they're just, you know, they're all great actors. Even Mike's actor is fucking great too. As much as I'm annoyed with him sometimes, like I've gotten used to his mannerisms, I guess. But yeah, no, Yvette Montreal, she just said, I enter the scene, I am in the character. And it's amazing. I love that we're following up with her guilt over killing Brainwave, and the sort of plot thread again of how she, you know, it's hard to say she's made mistakes because it's not her fault that her nudes got leaked and all that shit, but she's been through a rough life so far, and then also to now be, it was self-defense, but a murderer, you know. It's hard to, it's a hard life for her. So I really like that we're delving into that plot thread here. especially because she has this Christian Catholic upbringing, and I'm just excited to see where it goes. Again, hopefully, they do play into, what's his face, Eclipso, and the incarnation that is her brother. Like that's too specific. That's too convenient to not be a thing. I really want it to be a thing. So if they do go that route, it's gonna be a really good season for her in particular. That character, what's her face, Wildcat, and yeah, I'm just very excited for her storyline in general, in particular, um, with Rick, and he's the one thing that I'm like not sure how I feel about right now. You know, I liked the scene where he aced his class or his final, and then the teacher was like, "You're cheating. Do it again." He said, "Fuck you." You know, because yeah, what? That's such bullshit. Like he studied. Yes, he's had a history of being the bad boy and flunking and shit. But like people change, and as a teacher, it's your job to help people improve. So if they improve, you should be happy and applauding for that. Not trying to see, oh, you're doing something wrong. I can smell it. No, that's bullshit. So get him out of the school. Fire that teacher. I'm over it. But the thing with Grundy is like I don't know what his game is. So that's what I'm kind of like. I'm looking at that right now. Like I said, his was the only story that was fully wrapped up last season. Courtney's to an extent was as well, but as the main character, she obviously has more stuff to do. But for him, his whole thing was Grundy killed my parents. I'm gonna kill him. He let Grundy go. That should have been the end of the story. We can still see Grundy now and again. Whatever, he can come back, but I don't like the fact that Rick's story for season 2 is just let me go check up on Grundy again, because I feel like we gotten over that hurdle of I'm obsessed with him. So that's why I'm like tentative right now. I trust Stargirl enough that I will give it a chance, but I'm just like, why is he looking for Grundy? He's obviously trying to lure him out with this chicken and stuff. What is he trying to what's it called? Rehabilitate Grundy? Is he trying to lure him to kill him? What is his plan with Grundy? And so that's why I'm nervous about it, but at the same time, hopefully it'll be good. With Beth, poor girl deserves better. Again, the audience, we can see from a mile away, these parents do not have a good relationship with each other, with Beth, they are just like at work. That's all we do. I don't know how to do anything else. So it sucks for her, but it's also like, yeah. Curious to see how this affects Beth, because obviously her thing is that she's always been lonely. I think last season she was kind of in denial over her loneliness, but then once she got friends and she knows what it's like to be a part of a group and stuff, now that she's had that and she's going back to her lonely phase, it's going to be rough on her. So I'm curious to see how this goes, what kind of journey she takes through this season, and then again with the goggles, how that's all going to play out, because she's a teenage, she's also supposed to be like 15, 16. So like I don't expect her to fix the goggles by herself, at least. So I'm curious to see how that's all playing out. We saw, at the end there, we saw that the original ISA had plans for bringing in the kids, I guess. So, they called it Injustice Unlimited. So kind of like a future generation of the ISA. And we saw a little bit of each of them here. Artemis, yeah, she's kind of pissed about the fact that her parents are put away. She's the one I'm most interested in right now, because the show so far is setting her up to like follow in her parents' footsteps of just like the mindless goons that want to do evil shit. But the Artemis that I know is, obviously from Young Justice. I can't speak to the comics specifically, but in Young Justice, she's such a popular character in that show that I question if they're going to stick more to, if she was just a pure villain in the comics, if they're going to stick to that, or if they are going to have influences from Young Justice where she had villain parents, but she's really, wants to do good and she wants to do better for herself. So that's what I'm most curious about her right now. So far, obviously, she seems vengeful over like whoever put her parents away, but she doesn't know anything. I don't think she knew that her parents were ex-cons, I guess, but she doesn't know like about the ISA, the JSA, all that shit. I guess I don't. There was like a little bit of dialogue. I didn't get the impression that like she had plans to be a supervillain. The easiest way to put it. So we'll see. With the Fiddler's kid, I can't remember his name right now. Isaac Bowen. We haven't really seen a lot of him. His mom was kind of like, if anyone gets in the way, fucking shove a flute up their ass or whatever, like whatever she said in the last season. So he's obviously had inklings of villainy, but just for being such a like weird, I don't know, it's such like a comic villain, a comic level, comedic. It's goofy. A Fiddler is a goofy character, so I'm curious to see what they're going to do with him. Obviously, it seems like they're just going to lean into he's another goon that's going to follow in line with Cindy. So we'll see. And then lastly, Cameron, who is, like I said, the wild card of the group. Jim Gaffigan is going to voice Thunderbolt. Oh my god. Spoilers. I'm going to close this now. With Cameron, Icicle Jr., I think it's going to be the most tragic, obviously. If they want to follow the tropes, they'll make him evil. But I don't know. I'm just very curious. I mean, they did have Brainwave Jr. really defied my expectations. So maybe they will do something with Cameron where he'll be good. But then again, I think I mentioned it last season. If they have Brainwave Jr. be the one who redeems himself, you can't have Icicle Jr. also be the one who redeems himself. You can't be two defectors to the good side like that. Especially they're both juniors. Especially they're both male. So it would make more sense for him to be a villain this season, or in general. But we'll see. And then Jade, Green Lantern's daughter, she hasn't officially been named anything yet. Cool fight scene, really good fight scene. They had a little bit of a one shot there for a good 30 seconds, I want to say. Loved that. But my thing is, Courtney, did you do your research? Because the Green Lantern obviously did not activate for anybody, even you, even Pat. It didn't. The only time it activated was some random time you didn't see it. So, my point is, the only fucking time you've seen it activate, and if you know anything about the Green Lantern, you should know that it activates, like, for people who are strong-willed, and they're usually, it's a good person. Like, why were you fighting this person who obviously was using it to good effect? I get that she's like, they're trying to steal my shit, but it's like, it's the one person who seems to be able to use it. I would not be trying to fight them, at least right now. I would be like, who are you? Keep tabs on them, and then we'll deal with it later if it becomes a problem. But like, going out the gate blasting, destroying the house, Courtney, get some sleep. So, we left off with that cliffhanger there. Curious to see how big of a role she plays this season. Where she leans on the fence. Is she just gonna be like a one and done? She's like, I got my lantern, bye. Or what? Because obviously everyone else, her parents, her friends, they're all trying to say, stop with the superhero shit, just focus on school. And then now here comes this other person with a lantern, like, this is my legacy. So how's that gonna wrap in here? We had Starman back. We went to this diner in Nevada, and he's like, I want to talk about Pat. So we don't really know much about what he's going for. He's in the same spot, but we know he's still chasing Pat. And then Mike, who again, Cindy wants to recruit Mike for some reason, even though I could see it. I could see their thought process because so I could see Cindy's thought process and like the way the show might be framing it because Mike is very much on Courtney's side. He wants to be part of the family business, quote unquote. You know, he wants to be a superhero shit, and then everyone again, like last season, don't tell him nothing. So he was kind of mad last season, but so far he seems like after they told him what's going on, what's what, he seems pretty like, yeah, I'm okay with this now. Obviously, everyone's still telling him, no, you're too young, which, yes, he is too young. But I'm curious to see if his youth and naivete and, like, his impulsiveness will override his loyalty to his family. You know, just because he isn't a superhero, will he betray his family and join the bad guys? Is my question. I feel like that's what they're trying to insinuate, but I don't know if him personally he's that kind of character. If there was something else, I'm not going to talk about it because I've been talking for way too long about the show. Overall, really excited for this season. Again, I will try to get these up quicker, but scheduling permitting. I don't even know. I have time right now to watch all Titans, but I don't know if I'm going to because I'm getting tired and I'm working weird hours. So please be patient. If these episodes going forward don't get put up right away, but I will be watching them. They'll get out. That's all I can promise. What do you guys think of this episode? Leave us down in the comments below. If by chance this is the first Stargirl episode you watched, go back and watch season 1. It's really good. Watch my reaction to season 1. I love it. It's a fucking good show. Give it a chance, even though it's on CW. Same with Superman and Lois. I've heard that's really good. I personally just don't care enough about those characters, but I've heard it's really good. From what I've seen of little snippets, it looks really good. It looks like this level. So if you are familiar with Superman and Lois, and you're on the fence about this show, it's more like this show than the other CW shows. That's all I can say. That's all I'll give you. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.